After 2 years and 9 exams, I finally passed. So in this video, I want to talk about some tips and tricks that I learned throughout my journey to help you pass more effectively and efficiently than I. Step 1 is to purchase a study program. Look, this isn't going to be like your SAT back in high school where you can just purchase a book and study on your own. The 4 parts of the CPA exam are very meaty and you're going to want some help with that. So what are the benefits of having a CPA study program? Well, there's 2 of them. One is that you get procedurally generated tests. And second, you get a nice pool of previous CPA exams questions that you can use and practice with for exam day. So I suggest don't waste your time and purchase a study program right out of the gate. A little bit of a side note here, if you get an offer from a Big 4 accounting firm, they're going to give you 2 years free access to the Becker CPA program, which is typically the CPA program most people use because they go into the Big 4, and that's going to save you around $2,000. Don't take so long to study. These exams are massive. So you might be tempted to believe that you'll need at least 5 months to prepare for these massive exams. But on the contrary, it's because the exams are so large that you will want to wait at least 2 to 3 months before you take your first attempt. There is just too much material in these exams that you can and probably most will likely forget if you wait 5 months between the first day you start studying and your test day. Take 2 months to get through the material and then spend another 3 to 4 weeks to hammer out and practice those multiple choice questions intensely. Get yourself on Reddit and Facebook. For my audit exam, it took me 3 attempts to pass. And when the dust settled and everything was said and done, I think the most difficult part about the audit exam for me, or the CPA exam in general, was just learning how to take and study for the CPA exams. Facebook and Reddit threads about the exam help introduce me to a variety of study methods that I think help greatly benefit me during my CPA journey. For instance, I want to share with you a study method I found on Facebook that I use solely as the only study method to pass my last 2 parts faster than my first 2 parts. So with this method, take 20 multiple choice questions on chapter 1 and do not move over to the next chapter until you pass 20 of those multiple choice questions with an 80% or higher. Once you have 80% or higher, then move on to chapter 2 and do the same exact process, rinse and repeat. Make it a habit and do it every single day. Every little day counts. It doesn't matter if you do 100 multiple choice questions, 50 or 20 a day. Every day you're learning a little bit of something and you're inching just that much closer to passing your exams, even if it doesn't feel like it that way. Personally, I know not every single study session I did felt the most productive or the best that it can be, but every little day counts and matters, so do it every day. When you wake up, maybe you go out to brush your teeth, you check Twitter. Well, now incorporate doing at least your first set of 10 multiple choice questions for the day. Don't get hung up on memorizing your answers. As you constantly practice and practice and practice, you're going to see the same questions over and over and over. And that's okay if you start to memorize some of the answers. Like if you see a question, you immediately think, oh, the answer is A or 265. That's because this is like the 3rd, 4th, 5th time you've seen this question now. But each time you see that question, you're going to ask yourself, okay, I know that answer is A or 265, but why is it A or 265? How did we get to that answer? Your mind is going to bring all the concepts together and things are going to start to make sense. So trust yourself that you will get through this, you'll learn the material, and you'll be ready for exam day. Find which study method works best for you. My first exam was FAR and I took my time. I've watched all the lectures, I took notes. On my last exam, which was BEC, I skipped all the lectures, didn't take notes, and went straight to practicing and hammering those MCQs and simulations. Now, here's the funny part. I passed on both methods, but one took me a lot longer and one took me a lot shorter. But hey, some people are the complete opposite of me, and some people need a little healthy dose of both methods. Only you know what that method is. All exams are released after exam window period ends. Every 6 months, this list is released by the AACPA, and it's pretty self-explanatory. If you take an exam on January 1st or January 23rd, you know you're going to get your exam on February 8th. Doesn't matter when you take your exam, you will get your exam results on February 28th. So it's up to you whether you want to wait 2 weeks or 5 weeks in between when you took your exam and your exam's results. I say, why kill yourself and let yourself wait longer than you have to? If your stars align and you have the choice to take the exam whether January 1st or 23rd, knowing that you'll only get the results on February 8th, I'll take the exam on the 23rd any day. The rules are simple, then this is what I followed. If I scored and didn't pass on an exam between 70 and 74, then probably 2 to 3 more weeks, you just need a little bit more time to kind of just iron out the kinks so you'll be ready. If you scored below 70, that means there's probably some serious knowledge gaps that we have that's not allowing you to pass with a 75. So you'll want to take maybe a month at most to really hammer in the knowledge into your mind. It's a grind, but during your busy season, your first 2 busy seasons as an associate, let's say if you're in the Big 4, right? They're not as they're crazy, but you're gonna have weeks where you're not working, past 9 o'clock. You might be working until only 6. And so you have that time, all the time from 6 to whenever you go to bed to study more. I think a good rule of thumb, right, is to study in the morning and in the evening. Get the best of both worlds, whatever works best for you. Point is, you can study during the busy season, and I recommend doing so. I didn't do so in my first busy season, but I studied in my second busy season, and I would have had a lot less pressure and time constraints if I had taken that time to study for 3 months during my busy season at my first year. Start studying right away. If you don't crack open your books after graduating, well then you're gonna be foregoing future summers, Christmas breaks, vacations, because eventually if you really want to do this, you're gonna have to realize it later on in life, and it'll be a lot more harder to do it when you have more responsibilities at work and have more, life events going on and weddings to go to and all that jazz. But hey, as a final note, because we're at the end of this video already, if you're taking it now, right, and you weren't able to take it due to personal circumstances or other general life crap that happens that prevents you from studying to the best of your abilities, well, it's still possible and you can still do this. For those who are starting the process now or going through the daily struggles of studying for your CPA, just know you're not alone. This is a battle of will, not smarts, and you can do this.